Hi, babes. Welcome back to my channel. I literally tried to film this video like 4 times. Oh my gosh. So I'm hoping that this is the final one. But today I really wanted to talk about different ways that we're able to reconnect with ourselves, especially in moments where we feel like life is kind of crazy. There's a lot going on, and we kind of feel like we let go a little bit, you know? So, we're going to talk about that, especially because yesterday's live, we talked about what it feels like to be stuck, why you get stuck and come at a crossroads, and then what you can do about it, how you can change your perspective and change the lens on how you take that information in. So, on this channel, it's all about mindset change, mindset shift, being able to change the lens whenever you need in order to move forward in life and get that what you want. And so, as someone who has gone through many transformative periods in my life, I have transformed myself inside and out while maintaining the true essence of who I am. And along that journey, I was able to remember who I am. Today is Friday, ruled by Venus, also known as the day of love, beauty, relationships. And so today I really want to just talk about how to connect with yourself through the lens of love, of beauty, of all the wonderful things about being a woman and a girl. When I was younger, I would love to just play in my mom's dresses. If she put strip eyelashes on the counter, I would be like, yay! And hopefully it's still a little sticky so that I'm able to put it on my eye and I look at myself in the mirror and just like be like, oh my gosh, who is she? And I bet you can probably resonate if you're a girly girl like me. Well, actually, I was never a girly girl to begin with. I actually was like a tomboy first and then became a girly girl. So I think that's really funny. I also did not like the color pink, where now my whole salon is pink. So crazy how things can shift when your mindset shifts. So, I have my notes here, my handy dandy notes, because I was speaking word for word from like a script, and I just feel like the channel, when there's no script and they're just bullet points, it's just the most amazing things come through. And even when I'm saying it out loud, like as a channel, I'm like processing as it's coming out, and I'm just like, oh, that's not in the script, but we're gonna keep going with it. So, what is self care? For me, self care is anything that allows me to live life more freely, to be more light in my spirit, in my step, to be more, to be, to live in a peaceful mind space, to be able to have lightness in my heart, to be able to express myself in a way that is authentic and genuine. And so that is self care, that is self love, anything that brings you that lightness and joy back into your own being, nourishing your being and making sure that you are full before you extend out even further. Now, prioritizing your self care is literally the bare minimum. Like, this this is this thing that everybody needs to get into their heads. And I know that, like, in our modern day society, it can be so hard to prioritize self care sometimes, especially if we have deadlines, you have a bunch of things happening on your schedule, and or like you got your period and you're just not feeling so good. Like, there's so many things that happen that are out of our control. So it's all about how to move and navigate those waters. Consistency and balance is key when it comes to self-care. It's not like you're gonna do your whole like 3 4 hour self-care routine and then be gassed at the end of that. Yeah, you may look good, but like, do you feel good? If you're not feeling good, you most likely are not gonna be looking good. Okay, I was like, did this come to the front? If anyone's wondering, today I'm wearing Moldavite and Palisade. Absolutely love. This actually is my very first Moldavite. I have not worn this since like back in 2018. So it's crazy that we have her here today. I just felt like, you know what? Let me just wear it. Yes, it is not perfection that we are striving for, because I mean, that's just gonna die really quick because we're human. We're gonna make mistakes. There are gonna be days that you don't feel like doing it. So it's not about perfection, but consistency. But if you can be perfect with the consistency, with the lightness in your spirit, then go ahead and freaking do that because that's even beautiful. So that is the baseline that we all can agree upon. Self care. Self care. I have a story actually, being a nail tech and especially from working in the salons, long hour days, mind you, like sometimes 8 to 11, 12-hour days in the salon, sitting back hunched over. It's really hard on the body. And after work, it's the last thing I want to do is work out. And if you wanted me to go work out earlier, like before work, oh man, I would rather sleep. There were moments though where I did get the motivation to do the thing, but it did not last very long. So, throughout my whole life journey, I've always been an overachiever. However, it definitely can burn you out, especially if your why of why you're doing that thing isn't as strong, then the consistency can start to dwindle. And so when I was in the salons, I was sitting for hours on the chair. Oh my God, I would get up from that pedicure chair and literally see my butt imprint, like my bone butt imprints on that chair. When I started seeing that and then also started seeing like my booty get flat, I was like, oh hell no, I cannot do this no more. So I need to go to the gym. I need to take care of myself. And also, like for my joints, walking, y'all, something really happens to our muscles when we're just sitting in the chair for a long time. Your joints and your knees, your ankles, like being able to walk. Oh my gosh, like we need to be able to work this muscle consistently. And I am not perfect when it comes to this either because I'm not diagnosed, but I definitely feel like I have some type of like ADHD on the spectrum type she because I just like can get dialed into a project or whatever task I'm working on, forget to eat, forget to move, forget to go to the bathroom, forget to do everything. And I've been like that for a long time. So it's like getting myself to do the thing, yeah, can be difficult. So the why has to be so big, so big and ingrained in you that all the excuses that come up, like they're just excuses. You can't, the why is so much bigger. So it's like you are kind of faced with the excuse that you're giving yourself. And if you're comfortable sitting in that, you can sit in that. I mean, but you're going to probably come back around again and be faced in that same exact moment again. I do not like sitting in it, especially if I know that there's something better for me to do. If I'm sitting in that energy because I feel like I don't want to, I just don't want to do it. You know, I know it's good for me. That is what I want, but like, I don't want to do it right now because I don't feel like it. Like, that energy to me is so icky. Like, I get it though, because like, I've been there, but like, over time, that shit gets old. So, exactly. Period. So, especially being a Saturn dominant ruled girly, I'm very when it comes to being mature, like I'll take the mature route. My inner child is very loud. However, if it's something that I know is for my highest good and the only thing that is standing in the way of me and that thing is just seeing it from a more mature standpoint, then I'm going to suck it up and be like, "All right, Christine, come on." Because we are not being efficient with our time and our energy by kind of circling around in that energy, right? So, that is something that I have been able to cultivate, and I really, 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 really highly recommend you also start to notice in what areas of your life do you tend to compromise because the only thing between you and that other thing is the maturity aspect. I'm 29 now, and I growing up, this is something that I've noticed that many people have difficulty practicing this. Even adults. Okay, that's the thing that really made me like pinpoint it was because the adults would be acting in ways that I'm just like, why are you doing that? And then you're going and telling your kid like, oh, don't do X, Y, and Z, but you're literally doing the same. It's just, you have to do what you preach. I just feel like you are a hypocrite if you're telling everybody to do X, Y, and Z, you're not doing it yourself. So In my work, I have walked, breathed, lived every moment of the things that I teach and share to my clients. And so, if you are here listening to this, I got you. I got you because I've been through it. And if there's any tricks, hacks, skills that I've learned, I want to pass it down to you. Okay? So, how does beauty activate your being? So, when I developed the psychic nail experience, it was all because I recognized how symbolism and being intentional with your beauty can facilitate great spiritual change. Now, spiritual change, there's layers to this because there's the um mental, physical, emotional, spiritual aspects to beauty. Everything is an all in one. Everything is connected. And so when you work on one of these, the other areas will also naturally follow or be shown to you to work through. How is it that these activations truly work? And they work because symbols, colors, frequency is something that we feel. It's not necessarily something that we need words to understand. The subject in itself has a language. Color is a language because it speaks in the language of frequency and vibration. When we want to choose, like today, blue has been a really big theme in my life, especially because a lot of the things that I do have to do with my voice. And the throat chakra, the color of that is blue. And blue is also the color of water, it's the color of flow. Blue is the color of, to me, when I think of blue, I think of birds. And what do birds do? They chirp. It's almost like what you wear, what you put on, that is and will become part of you. Let's say for clothes you can change every day, every moment. You can constantly change that in and out. But tattoos are more permanent. But they're very similar to clothes because it's something that you wear. I mean, especially people who have like a sleeve, right? This is kind of in a way how you want to be perceived, how you want to adorn your own being in order to then be received, whether you know it or don't know it. But this is a constant back and forth that we're having with the universe, which is then with you, which is then with others, which again is then with you. So, experimenting with the self and allowing yourself to play is very important for our self-care, for our inner child to feel like we are free to be able to try different things. You know how many times I've heard a girl say, "Oh, that wouldn't look good on me. Oh, I can't rock that." Have you tried? Have you tried? Like, come on. Like, have you tried? I don't know. It gets me so worked up because I'm just like, honestly, not even just with clothes, but with anything. If somebody is like, "Oh, I don't like that," I'm like, "Well, did you try it?" Like, what? You can't just have an opinion if you've never tried it. So, well, you can have an opinion, okay? But you know what I'm saying. And as you try these different things, you'll know what works for you and what doesn't work for you. This is very important data. Data for you to be able to feed back to yourself, to understand more of who you are, to remember who you are. Oh, yeah, I actually did like this color growing up. Oh, yeah, oh my God, I did like dancing before something happened. You know what I mean? So it's all about trying different things and allowing, girls, allowing yourself to play. Come on, play, play, play. Do you remember when we would get ready with like our friends and we'd do our makeup together, like for a dance or something? And it's just like so fun. That energy in itself of adorning yourself, of being intentional with your eyeliner, with your lashes, with how you do your makeup, your hair for that day. A lot of times it is based on how I'm feeling for the day or like if I wash my hair or not. But I also do ask my hair, "Hey, what do you want to look like today? How should we style ourselves today in order so that we can show up in the best way possible?" Because sometimes my hair doesn't feel the best. Sometimes I'm like, "Oh, it's a little oily, it's a little itchy." So I'm like, "Itchy?" Yes. So if you don't try, how do you know? You don't. So, yes, I like to treat myself as a walking altar. And again, I don't know, maybe maybe I rambled a little bit, but the reason why I brought this up is because self care to me is very much tied to your beauty and how you look and how you take care of yourself. Like that, how you take care of yourself inside and your being, it's reflected. It's something that people can feel. I know that when I was younger, I would always I would spend a good amount of time doing my hair and makeup for school every rising, about like an hour and a half. And this was because I just genuinely enjoyed doing makeup. And I also loved how I looked wearing makeup. And it was so fun for me to try different colors and find my unique style. The whites that I do with my eyeliner like this is something that I actually started doing back in junior high when I was inspired by the Harajuku kawaii girls in Japan. And I loved how their eyes looked so dolly and so freaking cute. And so this is something that I have perfected over like literally over a decade, but perfected and loved. It's become an iconic look in my overall persona, and everybody that knows me knows that I've always had this white eyeliner. And if you've noticed, a lot of lions, a lot of big cats have also the white that goes around their eyes like that. And that's not something that I originally knew about until like actually like a couple years ago. And I thought that was so cool because I've had many moments of being visited by the Lyrans. I'm not going to go too much in that, but if you know, you know. And also, I just have cats and, big cats, lions, tigers all over the place in my home. Naturally, it's not like I really was like going out looking for it. It just ended up coming in. So just to wrap everything up, it's really important to go to your why. Why is it that you're taking care of yourself? Why is it that you're nourishing your beauty, you're nourishing your being? And why is it that we do these rituals and acts in our everyday life? And it's not about doing things that are like seem so big and out there and like really overwhelming. It's not about that. It's more about finding the little things in life that you're able to adjust and fine tune in ways that make you feel good and ways that you're able to be consistent and balanced. And this is going to take some time. I mean, I'm still figuring out a lot of things for myself, but with repetition and data and then live feedback, you're able to in real time shift your timeline, shift the ways that you want to see life and shift just where you're going. And this is really important to know how to walk in this way, and that whatever comes your way, you know exactly how to handle it. And when I say exactly how to handle it, it just means that you are so good in yourself that you trust yourself and you trust your discernment and you're able to move in a way that is in alignment with yourself without overextending but being grounded. And so life becomes really magical in those moments. It becomes really fun, and you'll notice really just how magical life can be. I can't even explain it, but I eventually want to tell you guys my story of when I literally 360 totally did a timeline jump. Like, oh my gosh, I have transformed many times, but like the journey has been a long one and it's been an intense one. It's been a passionate one and it has fully activated me into my full power. And so now created my business, Nail Psychic Christine. I've been doing that for almost 5 years now, and boom, I am just so activated, so ready to just share what I've learned. If you would like to work with me further, I have my links down below. We can book a private one on one reading, or you can come see me in person for the psychic nail experience or a psychic reading, whatever that is. I got you, girls. I'm just out here doing what I do best, which is helping you get clear on that which you cannot see. Activate a spiritual transformation through the means of symbolism, beauty, humor, activation, love. I mean, all of the above. And if there's something that you want to dissect even deeper with me, you can book a private reading. and we'll get all in the nitty-gritty. But I'm gonna do what I do best, which is help activate my sisters, my community, and into their highest alignment. And when women come through my space, they do not walk out the same. They walk out even hotter, smarter, clearer, and ready to take on their world. Hit that notification button to know when I post again. And until next time, babes, stay hot, stay beautiful, and know that you really are that girl.